Om Sadashivasamārambhām Shankaracharya-madhyamām Asmadacharya-paryantām Vande Guru-paraṁparām. Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devāः Bhadram Pashyemākshabhiryajatrāः Sthirairangaiः Stushtuvaंsastanūभिः Vyashema Devahidai Yadāyuः Swasti na Indro Vruddhashraváः Swasti nः Pūषा Vishvavedaः Swasti nastarkshyo Arishtaniः Swasti no Brihaspatirdadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyagenaike amritatvamanashuhu parena nakam nihitam duhayam vibhrajane tatyatayo vishanti Vedanta Vijnana Sunischitartha Sannyasa Yogat Yataya Shuddha Sattvaha Te Brahma Loke Uparāhantakāle Paramrita Parimucyanti Sarve. So, in the Kaivalya Upanishad, we saw that Ashvalayana goes to Parameshti or Brahmaji and then requests him, "Hey Bhagavan, teach me this Brahma Vidya." And before he goes there, the word Atha is there, Atha Ashvalayana. So the thereafter means we know that Ashvalayana is a qualified student. He has the sadhana chatushtaya sampattihi. And then he also goes and approaches Brahmaji as a student in a proper manner. That also we understand. Okay? Because upasametya uvacha, like that it is there. So from that we understand that. And once Ashvalayana again also shows some apatata jnanam, we have to say. Because he has heard about Brahma Vidya and what the Brahma Vidya's phala is and how great this knowledge is. All that he already knows. So that also we know from all the adjectives Ashvalayana himself gives for Brahma Vidya. Because he says this Vidya is Varishtham, like that. So it's a Varishta Vidya and it is Sadbihi Sevyamanam. Okay, Sadbihi Sevyamanam means basically that which is sought after by all the good people or sadhus. But it is also a secret, Nibudham. So it is a secret because it is about the very nature of the subject which cannot be objectified. All other knowledge which we gain, it is all objective knowledge only. In fact, we objectify even abstract concepts in our mind and then we know it only as an object. But here, this is about the subject which can never be objectified, but which need not be objectified because it is self-existent and self-revealing. That's why we call the self is Swaprakasha. If I ask you, are you there? Everybody will say, I am there. But to say I am there, you don't have to use any pramana. It's not a result of any pramana vyapara. Understand that. You don't have to use any pratyakshadi pramana or anumana or anything to say I am. That shows that you are self-revealing and self-existent entity. That is what we call as Swayam Prakasha or Swaprakasha. So we are Swaprakasha Vastu, but still to know the nature of this Vastu as Ekameva Advitiyam Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, it is a subtle Vidya only, it is a subtle knowledge. That's why it is called Nibudha, means it is secret in one way, because it is secret in another way also, because whatever you are seeking is already yourself. So it is hidden in that way also, because the very act of seeking means you are seeking somewhere else, correct? And you are not looking at yourself. So whatever you are looking for is actually yourself. But the very act of seeking hides you from that. Our very act of seeking makes you not a sought. But you are the one who is the sought Vastu also really, because it is about accomplishing the accomplished. That way also it's a secret. So this Nigudha Vidya only, once whoever gains this, they become free from all the papa and all that. The phala also is given there in the first vakya. And they attain to the highest Purusha, the Purushottama. Then Brahmaji instructs that Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana, Yoga, Davaihi, like that. So you have to know, you have to gain this Brahma Vidya with Shraddha, Bhakti and Dhyana. Shraddha means we have to accept the Veda as a Pramana, and Veda and Guru Vakya, Astikya Buddhi, we say. That whatever the Veda and the Guru says, it is there. It is valid. Like that, you have to give the benefit of the doubt, even if you don't understand initially whatever is being taught. Later on, it will become your own knowledge. Then there is no need of any benefit of the doubt or anything. But till the time you understand properly, till the time it becomes your knowledge, you have to give the benefit of the doubt to the Guru and the Shastra. That is Shraddha. Without Shraddha, there cannot be any knowledge. It is very clear. Shraddhavan labate jnanam. Like that, Bhagavan also says that. So Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana Yoga, Davaihi means, again Bhakti means here it is Karma Yoga. Because whatever in Karma Yoga, there is no Karma Yoga without Bhakti actually, or without recognizing Ishvara as the Karma Phala Data, and without recognizing that all Phala, Karma Phala is coming from the altar of Ishvara only, and accepting it as Prasada only is the Yoga Buddhi. That's how you gain Samatvam, and that is what is called as Yoga. So the bhakti is to have chitta shuddhi, to purify yourself by doing whatever karma, your swakarma you do, and in that process only you do the archana of Bhagavan. You worship the Bhagavan, and that itself will purify you because you will become free from your own ragadvesha. In spite of whatever may be your likes and dislikes, you have to do whatever is to be done, which is your sakarma, and that itself becomes aradhana of Bhagavan. And that is the bhakti we are talking about. About also, especially whatever you do, like puja, etc., are also part of that bhakti. So that life of yoga, karma yoga, with bhakti is said here as bhakti yoga. Then dhyana yoga also is important because chitta shuddhi is from karma yoga. Then we also require certain one-pointedness of mind. Correct? That is called chitta naischalya, nischalata. Or Naischalya means your mind is one-pointed. This can be focused on one subject only. That is also required because if the mind is moving all over the place, basically you are only in the objective world. Correct? We want you to turn towards the subject by shutting off the external world. You focus on the nature of the subject so that you can transform yourself. For that, dhyana also is very important. So these three things are given as the sadhana, and you may know Brahman through all these three things, it is said. Then further, sannyasa also is, or tyaga or sannyasa is given by Brahmaji as a sadhana again. That is also a means of attaining this jnanam. In fact, the Bhikshacharyam Charanti, like that is there in the Vidya Upanishad also. The sannyasa is given as a sadhana there also for Atma Vidya. Because sannyasa lifestyle is supposed to be the closest for being established in this knowledge. Correct? It is the lifestyle which Shankaracharya also talks about a lot. So here it is there explicitly, na karmana, na prajaya, dhanena, tyagene ke amritatva manashu. So amritatva manashu means you will attain amritatvam, immortality. Amritatvam is moksha only, being free from the space-time itself and being free from all fear of death and mortality. That is the amritatvam. How do you gain that? Not by doing any karma. It cannot be the result of any karma phala, nor by fulfilling your duties towards your pitris by having a praja. Correct? Generally, the children we have because we want to fulfill our rina towards the pitris. even that is not going to give you this Amritatvam, nor any amount of wealth will give you Amritatvam. Only by Tyaga, by giving up the notion that I am an individual. You have to give up that notion itself. And that will give you Amritatvam. Then continuing, in fact, we came up to this in the last class, I think. So, Parena Nakam Nihitam Guhayam Vibhrajate Yad Yatayo Vishanti. So, Parena Nakam. Nakam is a very interesting word because Kam means Sukham actually. Kam. Then Akam means Dukham. It is the opposite of Sukham, Akam. Nakam is again double negative, where there is no Dukham. Na Akam. Yes, mean. So generally, Swarga is called Naka. It comes in even some suktas and all that. Nakasya Prishte and all that. You may remember some chanting is there, correct? Means Naka is the word for Swarga because in Swarga there is no Dukkha. Because all the Deva Sharira itself is supposed to be a Punya Sharira. And so in Swarga you only enjoy things. In fact, Pujya Swamiji used to say in Swarga there is no childhood problem also because Devas just take the Deva Sharira and they are already adults only. They are ready to enjoy. And you keep on enjoying. And they don't even have to consume something to enjoy. That's why they are called Paroksha Priyaha. They don't have to consume something to enjoy something. They can just enjoy by looking at it or whatever, I think. That's called Paroksha Priyaha Devaha. And in death also they don't have. That's why the Devas are called Amaranaha in one way because they don't age and die like the human beings. Once the Punya is over, they'll vanish from the Swarga. So like that, it is said. That's why the Deva Sharira is a Punya Sharira. And there is no Dukkha in Swarga Loka. Huh? Yeah. You have to be reborn because once the Punya is over, you come back. So that Gita also Bhagavan says that Abrahma Bhona Lokaha Punaravartino Arjuna, like that. Wherever you go, even up to Brahma Loka, you have to come back. Because it will only last till the Punya is there. Because it's all Karma Phala based. Karma Phala itself being finite. Once the Karma Phala is exhausted, you have to come back. There is no other way. So Nakam can be taken as Swarga. Parena Nakam means that it is even higher than the Swarga. Because normally, Vaidika people also, for them they think the highest they can go is to some Swarga, correct? Some kind of a place where they go and enjoy. And but this moksha we are talking about, this Amritatvam, is even, it transcends even the Swarga, it is beyond Swarga also. That is one meaning we can take. Or we can simply take Nakam as the Ananda Swarupa itself of the Param Brahma. Param Brahma is nothing but it is the source of all Ananda. It is Ananda Swarupa in fact. That's why the Brahman itself is having the Lakshana Vijnanam Anandam Brahma. Like that it is there in the Vedanta Upanishad. Or even Yo Vai Tat Bhuma Tat Sukham. Like that. So the Brahma Lakshanam is Sukham, Anandam, all these things are Brahma Lakshanam. It is the very Swarupa of Brahman. That way also we can take Nakam as simply Ananda Swarupa. Okay, where there is no Dukkha, there is no Desha of Dukkha also, there is not even a hint of any Dukkha. And where is this Ananda Swarupa? Do you have to go somewhere to get that? Means no. It is Nihitam Guhayam. It is available right in your heart, in your intellect only. Okay. Nihitam means it is situated or it is available in your very intellect. Because, see, even when we talk about the Srishti Prakriya in the Upanishad, it is always said that Tat Srishtva Tadeva Nupravishate. So, having created, this Brahman entered the Srishti. That is there in Taittiriya Upanishad. Then in Brihadaranyaka also, Sa Iha Pravishtaha, like that it is there in 147 if you take. It is talking about the Pravesha of the Brahman. After the Srishti, the Brahman entered. Or in Chandogya also it is there, Anena Jivena Anupravishya, like that. So in the form of the Jiva only, this Brahman entered after having the Sadvastu, after having created everything, it entered the Srishti itself as the Jiva. Now, what is the meaning of this entry? There is a big Bhashya by Bhashyakara. If you read the 147 Bhashya in Brihadaranyaka, or even the Tatsrishtva Tadevanu Pravishati in Taitriya also, there is a big Bhashya. Because Brahman being all pervasive, how can it enter anywhere? It is already there everywhere. What is the point of entry for Brahman then? Then Bhashyakara finally says that entry is not really about the activity of entering. Whenever we say somebody has entered somewhere, they are available there. Correct? If I say I have entered this room, then I am available in this room. So Bhashyakara finally establishes that entry or pravesha only means that Brahman is available to you in your very intellect. It is available to you as the very consciousness or the awareness which is there in our own intellect, in our own mind. Okay, so the guha here is only buddhi guha. It is the cave of your mind only, basically. Guha normally is a cave, correct? But here the word guha refers to your mind or antakarana only, the intellect. So it is always available to you as I, as this Atma in your very antakarana. In fact, it is shining there, vibhrajate, in your own, in this mind only, it is shining all the time. It is the, as I told you, it is swaprakasha. Here vibhrajate means really, it is swatasiddha swaprakasha vastu only, it is always shining. It never goes to sleep, in fact. Because it is drishtehe drashtaram. Like that, the Brihadaranyaka beautifully it says that. Or even in Kaivalyopanishad Upanishad it is said that, correct? Shrotrasya shrotram, manaso manaha, vachoha vacham, savu pranasya pranaha, chakshushas chakshuhu. So it is the ear of ear, shrotrasya shrotram. Manaso manaha means what? It is the mind of the mind. Means it is the one which knows whether your ears are hearing or not. It is the one to which it becomes evident whether your mind is thinking or not, whether any thoughts are there in your mind or not. Vachoha vacham means what? It is the one which knows whether speech is happening or not, or speech is possible or not, whether you are speaking or not, all that. Pranasya pranaha. It is the one to which it becomes evident whether prana is functioning or not, physiological activities are happening in your body or not. And it is the chakshushas chakshu. It is the one which knows whether eyes are seeing or not. So this Brahman's power of being aware is permanent. Bhashyakara argues it is he says there are two sides of sight, two types of sight, like that he argues. Okay, even in the Aitreya Bhashya also it comes. So he says when the drishtehe drashtaram, he quotes, in fact the Purvapakshi asks, in the Upanishad itself it is there. Even in the Munikanda, where Yajnavalkya is being questioned by many of these rishis. So one of the rishi comes and says, why are you telling about this Brahman in an indirect manner? Why can't you show like this is cow, this is horse and all that? Why can't you show this Brahman to me? He asks like that. But even then he says, that's not possible because Brahman is not an object. It's not an object to be shown as this. In fact, it is whatever is this is not it. In fact, we have to say not this, not this, not this, because it is never an object. It can never become an object of your mind also. In fact, it is not an object of any word also. It is not an object. It cannot be a meaning of any one particular word. It cannot be objectified your mind because your very mind is functioning only because of this Brahman. Or whatever is happening in the mind itself is becoming evident to this Brahman, which is the conscious being. Or whether your eyes also cannot see it, because this is the one to which it becomes evident whether your eyes themselves are seeing or not. How the eyes can see that? Eyes have no way of objectifying this Brahman. That's why it can only be pointed out like this, like saying Shrotrasya Shrotram, Manasaha Manaha, Vachoha Vacham, Pranasya Pranaha. And also, Kaivalyopanishad and all says explicitly, Nedam Iridam Upasate. Anything which you do Upasana as an object, that is not Brahman. Yen Manasana Manute, Yenahur Mano Matam, Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi, Nedam Iridam Upasate, means Yen Manasana Manute, that which cannot be thought about by the mind, because it's not an object of your mind, it's not an object of any thought. But Yenahur Mano Matam, by which whatever is happening in your mind, to which only it becomes evident, correct? By which whatever is happening in the mind is known. You know that as Brahman, not as anything which you do Upasana of as an object. Any object of Upasana also is not Brahman. It cannot be Brahman. So that is this Brahman, and that's how we can know this. So the Upanishads are teaching this Brahman, and this Brahman is the one which is shining as your own self, and it is Swaprakasha, Swatasiddha, and that it is unchanging conscious being, invariable in every cognition, and whether there is something to be cognized or not, also it is the same thing. If nothing is to be, if nothing is there to be cognized, also it is there as it is, with the same Swarupa. Its nature never changes. That's why it is Satyam. Because once you have ascertained this Brahman as this, it never changes. Yadrupena yen nishchitam bhavati, tadrupena tanna vyabhicharati, he says. So once you have ascertained that this has this rupa, or this is how it is, its Swarupa is this, tanna vyabhicharati means what? Vyabhichari, the word is there even in any Indian language. Right? Vyabhichari means one who keeps on changing. Okay, changing the partners and all that. That is called Vyabhichari, means it doesn't change. The one who does not change its Swarupa, once you have ascertained as this, it is always the same. That alone is Satyam. Anything which comes and goes, which is changing, it's all not intrinsic. It's all only transient, incidental, and those are all classified as Anritam or Mithya. So that we have to be very clear. So this Brahman alone, being self-existent and self-revealing, that's why it is called Vibhrajate. It is the one which is shining in your heart. It is always available as yourself. And yad yatayaha vishanti, the yatis, yatayaha means yatnashilaha, one who is given to a lot of effort. Okay, because even a sannyasi, generally sannyasis are called yatis, because they take the effort to know this Brahman, because their whole life they have dedicated only for this. They have given up all other roles voluntarily and only taken up this as the pursuit. That is the sannyasa lakshana. So yatayaha means yatnashilaha, and that yat Brahma, into that only they vishanti means what? They attain or they resolve themselves into that. They enter that, in fact, and become one. Like even the river enters the ocean, after that you cannot get the river water back, right? It's all only one ocean. Where are you? How are you going to get it back? It is one only. Like that, they have entered this Brahman means what? It's not real entry or anything. Basically, it is knowledge. You realize that, you understand that you are already that. Means you have entered it. And there is no way of coming back. That's why this knowledge is called Avyaya Yoga also, even we saw in the 4th chapter, correct? Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanaham Avyayam. Avyayam Yogam means what? Once you have gained this knowledge can never go away, because it is not dependent on any mind or anything afterwards. Because you have transcended the mind itself with this knowledge. It's not like any experience also. It's not like some samadhi experience. Once you get in, you are there. After you come back, it is gone, correct? It is not any experience. It is not going to some place like Swarga and all that. From there also you have to come back. But this one, this is the knowledge, means you have entered, you have gained this knowledge, means that's it. You are no more even a knower. Neither you are ignorant. Okay. So that is this knowledge. It frees you from everything. And that knowledge, these yatis, they gain that. That's what is said here. Then continuing, Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchitarthaha. So Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchitarthaha. Means what? Vedanta, we know. What is the meaning of Vedanta? Vedasya antaha means the end portion of the Veda. So this Atma Jnanam, this is, or the Jnana Khanda it is called. The Atma Jnanam as a subject matter is there in the end portion of the Veda. Although there are some Upanishads which are there in the Samhita itself, like Ishavasya Upanishad is there in the Vajasanayi Samhita of the Shukla Yajurveda. So that's why it is sometimes called Mantropanishad or Samhitopanishad. But in general, the Upanishads are all found in the Aranyaka portion or the end portion of the Veda. That's why they are called Vedanta. So Vedanta Vijnana. Vijnana means was Vishishta Jnanam. So what is the special thing which is taught in the Veda or the main thing which is taught in the Vedanta means Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi. That is the Jnanam. That is the Jnanam you have to know, correct? From the Mahavakya. And that Jnanam, what Vijnana Sunischitartha. Those who have well ascertained that meaning of all these Mahavakyas, whatever is taught in the Vedanta, that subject matter, they have understood it very well, with clarity, without any vagueness. Such people, okay? So, Sunischitartha means it's a Bahuri here. So, those who have understood the meaning, well understood the meaning of the all this, whatever knowledge which is revealed in the Vedanta. Or another meaning also we can give. The Arthaha can be taken as the Jnana Phalam also. For whom this Jnana Phalam is there. This is they have attained moksha. That way also the Arthaha can be taken as the meaning itself. Or the Arthaha can be taken as well ascertained result of this knowledge also. Both ways the meaning can be taken. So those people, and who are they? They are Sanya, and also they, how did they attain that? Means Sannyasa Yoga, Yatayaha. So they are also again Sannyas is only Yatayaha, Yatnashilaha. Then why it is repeated here? The commentator here says Yati came in the previous verse also, Yati has come now also. Means the repetition is to emphasize only that Tyaga is important. Even though you may not have a lifestyle of sannyasa, you should still do karma phala tyaga at least. If you are still interested in karma phala, then there is no hope of any moksha. Understand that? Tyaga, you have to have complete vairagya, or you have to have a clear understanding that what I need in this life is not any karma phala. It's not going to help me in any way. I need only this moksha. And that such people can only be yati. Either you are, by lifestyle you are a yati or a sannyasi, or there is something called sarva karma sannyasa, like that Bhagavan talks in the Gita. The sarva karma sannyasi is the one who has known himself as not a karta, correct? Whether you follow a sannyasa lifestyle or not, you have to know yourself as akarta, abhokta. Like even Bhagavan himself says, correct? Tasya kartaram apimam Vidya kartaram avyayam. Like that, even though you may be doing so many things, you don't have any kartritva bhava. You know in reality, aham, akarta, abhokta. Then you have sarva karma sannyasa, or naishkarmiya also it is called. Naishkarmiya siddhi. Like this, there is a book also. But naishkarmiya siddhim paramam, like that, in the Gita only it comes. Based on that only, I think Sureshwaracharya wrote a book called Naishkarmiya Siddhi, which is a very famous book. Anyway, so the idea here is these yatis, because of this sannyasa yoga, it is said. So sannyasa yoga means there is sambandha with sannyasa, means aham sannyasi iti bhavaha. That is what is called sannyasa yoga. That I am a sannyasi means I am a tyagi, means I have no interest in any karma phala. I have given up all interest. Because when you take sannyasa also, explicitly you have to say, Hu sannyastam maya, Bhuvaha sannyastam maya, Swaha sannyastam maya, like that. Means what? I have given up all the pursuits in this Bhuloka. Not only in Bhuloka. I am not interested in anything in Bhuvar Loka, Swaloka, means other lokas also. Whether in this loka or all other lokas, Swarga Loka, etc. also, I am not interested in any any status or any state or anything like that, or any phala in any loka. One who has given up or giving up like that is what is called sannyasa. Sannyasa yoga means what? One who has connection with that sannyasa or sambandha with that sannyasa, means in the sense that aham sannyasi iti, one who has that bhava. Such a person has sannyasa yoga, and due to that sannyasa yoga only, the yatis and all, they have to know, they know this Vedanta Vijnana Sunischitartaha, they become, and they are also Shuddha Sattvaha. Sattva means the Antakarana only is called Sattva. Why? Because if you take the Panchikarana and the Srishti Prakriya, we say that the Sattva Guna only becomes the Antakarana. The Sattva Guna from all the Pancha Mahabhutas. The Sattva Guna from Akasha, Sattva Guna from Vayu, Sattva Guna from Agni, Sattva Guna from Apaha, Sattva Guna from Prithvi together forms the Antakarana. Then each Indriya also, they are all based on the Sattva Guna of different elements, they say. Because if you take the ears, it is associated with Akasha. So the Sattva Guna of Akasha only has become the Shrotra Indriyam. The Sattva Guna of Agni only has become the Chakshuhu. The Sattva Guna of Prithvi only becomes Grana, correct? The nose, like that. So the Sukshma Sharira itself is Sattva Guna Pradhana manifestation of the Panchabhutas. That's why the mind itself is having the name of Sattva. Just Sattva, if you say, it is taken as Antakarana. And Shuddha Sattva means what? Means you have a Antakarana Shuddhi is there. Means you are free from all Ragadveshas. Same thing here. Shuddha Sattvaha means, again, it is a Bahurihi, means those who have a pure mind. That is the meaning. Shuddha Sattvaha means you can take it in two ways. Only pure mind. That will be a Tatpurusha in Sanskritam. If you take the different kinds of samasas are possible, but you can also take it as, particularly here Shuddha Sattvaha, plural is there. It goes along with Yatayaha, correct? Means those who have pure mind. Just pure mind also you can take, or those who have pure mind. In fact, to understand this, normally we use the Rameshwara, correct? Rameshwara is a word. Now, this word can have different meanings. Normally, when we say Rameshwara, we think it is Shiva, correct? Because there is a Shivalinga only in the temple. But there is also a Vishnu also. Immediately behind the lingam, if you go, there is a Govindaraja Perumal, or Perumal also is there. You can see. But Rameshwaraha, it seems that Narada went to Shiva. First Narada went to Vishnu. Okay, Narada is always saying Narayana. So let us say he went to Vishnu and asked, what is the meaning of Rameshwara? You know what? It's very simple. Ramasya Ishwaraha. Whoever is the Lord of Rama, which is Shiva. So Ramasya Ishwaraha, Rameshwaraha. That is called Shashti Tatpurusha in Sanskritam. Means Lord of Rama. That of is the sixth case. So that is one meaning. That is one way of understanding that compound. Then Narada was still not satisfied. He is a Vaishnava, correct? So he went to Shiva. He asked Shiva that what is the meaning of Rameshwara? Who is Rameshwara? So don't you know that it is very simple? Ramaha Yasya Ishwaraha. Rama is the Lord of whom? He changed the meaning, correct? Instead of Rama's Lord, Shiva is saying Rama is the Lord of whom, which is Shiva again, but here Rama becomes the Lord, correct? That way also we can interpret. That is what is called Bahurihi. Bahurihi means Anya Padartha Pradhanam, we say. Means the actual meaning is not there in the two words. It is someone else. Like that it will come always. Then he went to Brahmaji. He was confused now. Then Brahmaji says, don't you know, Ramaha cha aso Ishwaraha, he says. Rama and Ishwara are same. There is no difference. Ramaha cha aso Ishwara means that is called Karmadharya. He is Rama, he is Ishwara also. So like this, the same compound we can interpret in different ways. And anyway, so here Shuddha Sattvaha, what I was trying to say is it is a Bahurihi because those who have pure mind. Okay. And then what? Te Brahma Lokeshu Parantakale Parabritaha Parimuchyanti Sarve. So here this they whoever all these yatis, so they Brahma Lokeshu Parantakale, it is there. Now this Brahma Lokeshu Parantakale can be taken in two ways. Okay. In fact, this actual verse is there in the Mundaka Upanishad also. There is a Shankara Bhashya on this. But as I said, on the Kaivalyopanishad, there is a Deepika by Shankarananda. Now, Shankarananda is interpreting it in one interesting way. He says, even though you are a sannyasi and you have done all this Shravana Manana Nidhyasana and all that, for due to some pratibandha, you did not get moksha, let us say. Yoga Brashtaha, like this is there in the 6th chapter also. Arjuna asks, what will happen to all this Yoga Brashtaha and all that? Bhagavan also gives a guarantee there. He says, Nahi Kalyana Krit Kaschit Durgatim Tata Gachati. They will never attain any Durgati because they have already come to Vedanta. And either they will go to some nice loka and enjoy for a long time, or they may be immediately born in the family of a yogi. Yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimatam, like that he says. And even more importantly, what he says is, Tatratam buddhi sanyogam labhate paurvadehikam. Means you will get whatever all the knowledge which you had before also, you will have sambandha with that again. That's like a prodigy, correct? We have so many child prodigies and all that. We don't see them learning anything in this life, but already they are born with so much knowledge and skill and all that. We can't explain it in any other manner, correct? But Bhagavan says in the Gita specifically that Tatratam buddhi sanyogam labhate paurvadehikam. Paurvadehikam buddhi sanyogam means what? Whatever was there in the purva deha, in the previous deha, you will get whatever buddhi was there, that same sambandha you will get even in this life again, so that you continue. Like that, it is said in the 6th chapter about even those who may not, those who have come to Vedanta, those who have studied and all that, but still due to some reason, they didn't get moksha, but still they will continue it in the other lifetimes and all that. Like that, there is at least you have an assurance. Okay, Bhagavan is giving you some assurance that once you have come in this line, you will continue. So you all can be, don't worry about immediately you will get moksha and all that. That's not a worry. But here they say, even this yati, all sannyasis are supposed to go to Brahmaloka. Even if they don't get any moksha here, they will reach Brahmaloka. Like that it is said. So, te Brahmalokeshu means here the Shankarananda is interpreting this as, even though they, for due to whatever reason, they did not get moksha, they will be in Brahmaloka. Okay. But Shankaracharya is very strict. Okay, he says Brahma eva lokaha. So he doesn't take Brahma loka as the loka where Brahmaji is there. Okay, it is not the loka of Brahma, but Brahma eva lokaha means Brahman alone is the loka for Shankaracharya. And so these sannyasis and those who have all this knowledge, for them there is no separate loka or anything, like, because normal karma people and all, they go to some loka, correct? Swarga loka, up to Brahma loka also they go, which is called Satya loka also. Because even in Sandhya Vandana Mandal we say, correct? Bhuhu, Bhuaha, Swaha, Maha, Tapaha, Janaha, Satyam. So Satya loka is the highest, where Brahma, that is also called Brahma loka. But that is for those who do karma and upasana. But for those who are jnana yogis, for them Brahman itself is loka. There is no other loka. In fact, they don't have to go anywhere. That's what Shankaracharya argues here, that the jnani does not go anywhere. Or jnani need not go anywhere because Brahman is available right here. Where can I go? There is nowhere to go for the jnani. So Parantakale means, again this Parantakale means Shankaracharya is interpreting it as when the Deha is going to fall, correct? For the Jnani. But if you say that this sannyasi already has died and because he was not a Jnani, he has reached Brahmaloka, then Shankarananda interprets Parantakala as when the Brahmaji's time itself is coming to an end. Okay, you have gone to Brahmaloka and that Brahma lives only for Dviparardha and all that, correct? Even in our Sankalpa we say, what? Adya Brahmana, Dvitiya Parardhe, Shweta Varaha Kalpe and all we say. Means our Brahma is already living in the second Parardha. He has only two Parardhas to live. After that, that Brahma also will be gone. But Brahma being such a Utkrishta Upadhi is also a Jnani, correct? Because the Prajapati gains this knowledge because of whatever he has already done and because of the Utkrishta Upadhi. So once this Jnani is there, along with them, whoever is there in Brahmaloka also, all of them attain Videha Mukti. Like that, one interpretation is given for the Paranta Kale here. Parimuchyanti survey is there, correct? Later. So when the Brahma's time comes and he also has to go, along with them, whoever is there in the Brahmaloka, all of them attain Videha Mukti. That is called Krama Mukti. So there is a concept of Krama Mukti. It is discussed in Gita also, it is there. In Brahma Sutra also, it is discussed that there is a thing called Krama Mukti. Means in the Krama Mukti, Brahmaji will teach you. Because you do all the karma, upasana and everything, you go to Brahmaloka and this Atma Jnanam you are supposed to gain in the Brahmaloka itself. Brahmaji will teach. But our Pujya Swamiji used to joke that why do you take all this effort to go to Brahmaloka and then learn the same thing there? Right now I am teaching you, you can as well learn it here. You don't have to make all this effort to go to Brahmaloka because it is very difficult. You have to do so much karma and upasana to even go to Brahmaloka. So you don't have to make all that effort. You can learn here only. Okay. But anyway, so Shankaracharya takes the Paranta Kale as only the Deha Patana of the fall of the body of the Jnani. And for the Jnani, Brahma Eva Lokami, Jnani is already established in Brahman, correct? That means Jnani does not go anywhere. And another thing here is Paramritaha is there. There is also a Pata Bheda where Paramritat also is there in chanting sometimes. Paramritat Parimuchyanti Sarve also we say, or Paramritaha Paramritaf Parimuchyanti Sarve, like that it is there. In fact, our chanting is more Paramritat only, I think. In my whatever Patha we chant normally, we say Paramritat. If you say Paramritat, then the meaning we have to take is there Amrita. That which is beyond Amrita also. Means the Amrita here is taken as Avyakrita only, or Maya. Because Maya or Avyakrita also is there always, correct? Basically it is the causal form. So it is there as unmanifest, it becomes manifest, again it is unmanifest, means it is always there. In one way it can be called as Amrita, that's why. But this Brahman is even beyond that, it transcends all this Maya. So Paramritat, if you take it as fifth case, means that this Jnani attains this Brahman which transcends even the Avyakrita or Avyakta. Or Paramritaha is what even Shankara takes in the Bhashya. Then you have to take it as Para and Amrita. Param, Amritam, two words, has become one Paramritaha. Of course, here Amrita means you have to take it as Brahma Swarupam only because it is the immortality, correct? Amrita here will become immortality and which is also Para, Param Brahma, which is immortal, and that only these at the time of the fall of the Deha, they all attain that Param Brahma which is immortal and they are freed from everything. Parimuchyanti, they survey Parimuchyanti, all these people, all the yatis who have this knowledge of this Vedanta, they gain Videha Mukti, they are free. So like that, even being Jivan Mukta, they become Videha Mukta. This Paramritaha, Bhashyakara takes it as referring to Jivan Mukti. Even while living, they are Param Brahma and they are Amritaha only. So, being Brahman, even while living, they attain Brahman after the body falls. That is the meaning Shankaracharya gives. Okay. Of course, the Videha Mukti only, the other Shankarananda also gives, but he takes it as you go to Brahmaloka and from there, then you get Vidya Mukti like that. Of course, so two types of interpretation are possible. Then the next verse here, Brahmaji directly is now instructing how to do your sadhana. Okay, because he already said Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana Yoga Avaihi. Now, how do you do this dhyanam then? So then he is giving those details here. Let us see. Vivikta deshe cha sukasanastaha shuchi samagriva shiras shariraha atyashramastaha sakalendriyani nirudhya bhaktya swagarum pranamya. And in fact it continues. Hrit pundarikam virajam vishuddham vichintya madhye vishadam vishokam achintyam avyaktam ananta rupam shivam prashantam amritam brahmayonim. Like this is about upasana, basically our dhyanam. So dhyana or upasana as a sadhana for you to achieve this knowledge, how you have to do that. In fact, such instructions are there in the 6th chapter of the Gita also, I told you, correct? Samam kaya shivo kshiro grivam dharayanna chalam stiraha samprekshanasikagram swam vishashchana valokayan. Like that, there are verses are there in the 6th chapter also where Bhagavan says you have to sit like this. Everything should be straight, okay? Your back, lower back, upper back, neck, head, keep it straight. If you want to do dhyanam, I don't know how long you can feel, so after some time you go like this. And then again you have to become. So Sukham Sthiram Asanam is what Patanjali says. So generally it is said in the tradition that if you are able to sit like this for 48 minutes, okay, one muhurta, then you have asana siddhi. And it's not easy. Let me tell you, 48 minutes will then, if you sit like this, and you can keep on opening your eyes and seeing the clock, 48 minutes will never come. It's not very easy. So it requires a lot of abhyasa. You can gain that, but you have to work. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grishyate. Like that Bhagavan says. So for any question, that is the answer. When will I get it? How can I control my mind? Means Bhagavan. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grishyate. So you have to do abhyasa. Every day you have to do. And you also have to have certain one-pointedness, correct? You withdraw from other things and focus on only this and continuously you practice, you will get it, whatever it is, correct? Whatever you want to achieve, you focus on that, withdraw from all other extraneous things, focus on that for a length of time, you will get it. So that is the answer here. Anyway, here, so he says, Vivikta Deshe, so go to a place which is not like crowded and all that, correct? And also in the commentator here says it is also you have to take it as avyakula kale. Also he adds it's not only desha, but you are also at a time when you are not agitated or anything like that. Mentally also you have to be calm. You have to choose a time normally when you are calm, because during the day also some periods of the day you are very active, correct? At that time, you may not be able to do dhyanam and all that. It's not conducive for that. So that's why normally we say Brahma Muhurte and all that. Correct? Early in the morning you get up, you are in a tranquil state. So that is the best time to do any dhyanam or any kind of upasana also. So Vivikta Deshe and also at the right time in the day. So you go to a place which is quiet, which is conducive for you, and Sukhasanastaha, and you are sitting in a nice Chailajina Kushottaram and all Bhagavan says in the Gita. So you have a nice asana where you are comfortable, you don't feel too hot, neither it should be too cold. Correct? It has to be Sukham. So for that, what do? You put some grass and all that, or you put some skin, or you put some cloth, and or you put all of them together. Whatever it is, you create your own cushion which is very comfortable to you, and so you sit there. And it should be clean, shuchihi. So it is Bahya Shaucham only he talks about. And then you sit. Samagriva Shirashariraha. So the Griva neck, the head Shiraha, and Shariraha Samaha means in one line, vertical line. Okay, it can be Sama even if you are lying down, but that's not said here. Okay, you have to be sitting. And Atyashramastaha or Antyashramastaha also there is a Patabeda here. But whichever one you take, basically here they are talking about again the Yati only, because already Yatayaha only was talked about. So here the Atyashrami means what? Who is the Atyashrami? One who has gone beyond Brahmacharya, Grihastha, and even Vanaprastha. But even among sannyasis also, there are people like Kutichaha, Bahudakaha, and Hamsaha, and all these people are there. Kutichakaha means he has taken sannyasa, but still he is still doing some karma, and he stays in a kutia outside the village, but he is still having a griham and all that. Okay, he has a kutia, kutichaha. Because he is so used to karma, he is not able to leave it immediately. So such people are called kuticha sannyasi, like that. So among sannyasis also there are different grades are all there. Then there is a Bahudaka sannyasi and Hamsa sannyasi, but then Paramahamsa also is there. That Paramahamsa sannyasi is the highest form of sannyasa who actually does not have any rules or anything also, so to speak. So the Paramahamsa sannyasi lives a life of only like he wears whatever is available, not anything fancy. Then he eats whatever food is available also. Like that, by only Diksha, that is the lifestyle of a Paramahamsa sannyasi who is always only established in this knowledge. So such a sannyasi is the Atyashramastaha, Paramahamsa sannyasi, who has no other karma or anything. Okay, who has given up even the Yajnopavita. In fact, there is a big Bhashya in the Shankara Bhashya. The Purva Mimamsaka comes and argues that nobody can ever give up Yajnopavita because it is ordained by the Veda that you have to have it. And some sannyasara ashramis also have Yajnopavita. If you see, because they are all having one danda and they do karma. But the idea there is they superimpose the kartrutvam on the danda. That is why the danda sannyasis are there. Even though they are doing karma, but they are really akarta, correct? Then how can they do karma? Means they are saying, no, my kartrutvam is there in the danda. And they are always having that danda. Danda sannyasi. Danda sannyasi means not the Tamil. Or we have to say Dandi sannyasi, better, I think. So, anyway, so the Atyashramastaha means here the one who is there is the Atyashrami, who is a sannyasi. And how is he there? Sakalendriyani nirudhya. So he has all the indriyas, he has withdrawn. Like even the Bhagavan gives the example of the tortoise, correct? Kurmonganiva sarvashaha. Like that it comes in the Gita. So you withdraw everything. Whenever the tortoise or turtle feels frightened, it withdraws everything, its head and all the four limbs will withdraw into the shell. That is in yoga it is called pratyahara. Correct? Pratyahara is the anga in the Ashtanga yoga, where you withdraw from everything else, all other unnecessary pursuits and whatever stimulus, you withdraw from that. So Sakalendriyani nirudhya. Then what do you do? Bhaktya swagurum pranamya. So you go to your guru and do namaskara to your guru with bhakti. Guru bhakti is always has to be there. Even though you have understood Advaita, in fact, there is even a verse which says that you may have Advaita Bhava towards the entire world, but not towards your guru. When it comes to your guru, you always have bhakti to your guru, and you cannot invoke Advaita there and say that you are not my guru anymore. So that's not right. That's not right context. That's all. So Guru Prati Advaita Bhavana is not there. So you do the Namaskara to your Guru, and then you continue doing the Upasana here. How to do the Upasana and all we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha. Hari Om.